Slam poetry, yelling, angry, waving my hands a lot.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Executioner. And if you don't know, now you know. And off here to my right is my esteemed co-host, Almanac Jack. He's on the attack, and you can't teach that. What's going on, Jack?
What's going on, Executioner? And what's going on, everybody out there listening to another episode of Good Times. That's right. This is the Good Times podcast where there's good laughs, good fun, and guess what? It's always a good time.
Oh, I feel good.
New shows come out every Thursday, so don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and tell a friend. Executioner, if they're telling a friend where to find the show, what do they tell them?
Oh, what do they tell them? Make sure to write it down on a note or send it in a text message or even on a pigeon carrier. I don't know.
Damn it, I was going to say pigeon.
Go to www.thegoodtimespodcast.com where you can find all of our podcasts on all streaming platforms and major streaming platforms, I may add, as well as we have a bunch of social media as well. You can go to at It's Good Times on Twitter, or you can go to the Good Times Podcast.com on Instagram. Why?
Because they wouldn't let us add the dot.
Yeah, they didn't let us add the fucking dot. You can also find us on Facebook at the Good Times Podcast as well. So yeah, did I miss anything on there?
Nope, you got it.
All right, cool. So how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Tired as fuck.
How's the car?
Oh man, it's still running like a charm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking about your car. I was like,
you were thinking about it?
Yeah, because I was thinking about my car too, and the thing was, I can't imagine myself driving another car. Like when I went car shopping, I test drove a few cars. I can't imagine myself driving another car than the one that I am now. But when I had my Corolla, I could imagine myself driving anything but that one. So has that like hit you yet?
No. I mean, honestly, when the first thing that I did was I went to Clausen and Honda and I drove this 2015 two-door Honda. I think it was an Accord. I love that thing.
Probably a Civic.
Huh?
It's probably a Civic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Civic. But honestly, I don't feel like I can't drive any other car. But honestly, like I don't feel like it's a piece of shit or anything. I really like this fucking car.
So you haven't gotten attached to your car yet?
I guess not. I mean, I take care of it. It's like the cleanest car I've ever had in my life. So, and I've had it for about a month now. And
yeah, you're still in the honeymoon phase. Just give it a while.
I guess so. So.
I said the same thing about my car, and then yeah, now there's just like dust on the dashboard and stuff. I mean, I don't leave garbage in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't dust it the way I used to. Especially because I got a dash cover, so like I don't need to dust the dash.
Okay.
It's like the rest, like the radio, the armrest and all that bullshit.
Well, I mean, I like to just go to to that surf. I was gonna call it surf and turf. To that surf through car wash, and they give you the little wipies and shit.
Oh yeah, that too. I go to them.
I got. You just throw the wipey out.
Huh?
You just throw the wipey out. You're all, fuck this wipey.
I used to have a membership for them, and I would probably go like every 2 days just to fucking go on through and whatever. So like that month, man, because it was only a month thing. I got a gift card for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
So man, that month, my car was clean.
You're like, I went so many times the paint started to peel off.
All the wax just came right off. Hey, so I saw a commercial, and it was a medication commercial, and it's called Biktarvy.
What?
Yeah, it's called Biktarvy.
Biktarvy?
And apparently, it's a medication for people who have HIV.
What the fuck?
Or AIDS, I guess, or have HIV, but don't want it to get to AIDS, I guess. I don't know. And it shows, like all these dudes, all these gay dudes and all these lesbian chicks, doing their activities and stuff, like playing basketball or rowing boats, skateboarding and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, it's kind of weird that almost all medication commercials look like this. They show people doing, fun activities and stuff, but they don't show them like, I don't know, maybe fucking around or something. Because that's what they're talking about for this one.
Right.
But it's like while they're skateboarding, they're naming all the side effects of, may have anal seepage, may have kidney or liver disease, may have brain hemorrhages, and you're like, holy fuck, dude! You might if you have AIDS, you might as well just live with that because a fucking brain hemorrhage and all that shit, you're gonna die instantly.
Holy shit! What the fuck? It's like a side effect would be having a loose asshole.
It's basically like a loose asshole. It's basically like, all right, you're dying from AIDS, right? Okay. Take this medication and we'll make you die of liver or kidney disease instead of AIDS.
What the fuck?
Do you want to die this way or this way? It's like, holy shit, dude! Like,
that's fucking crazy.
How does that medication even get out of like testing phases?
What's funny is that reminds me of when I was younger. We used to be really good friends with this family, and I was pretty young. I was like 8 or 9, and we were all really cool with them. We had they had kids around the same age as us, but they had this really young kid who was like a bit autistic, and he would have seizures like a lot. And so like they gave him some medicine. They were trying to put him on different meds to help him with his seizures. And one of them that they got was like, okay, this is the one that's going to help him the most. And like you read the fucking like the fine print and stuff like that, or you read the side effects and it's all may cause seizures. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, isn't
He's
the
already
point?
got seizures.
Huh?
Right? You said he already had seizures?
Yeah, he was having seizures like regularly.
But oh my god, yeah, that's so stupid.
The side effect was may have seizures, may cause seizures. So the only thing I can think of is they're just trying to save their ass, because if he does have a seizure, then
sure.
But I also at the same time, I'd fucking medicine fucking bullshit half the time anyway.
Yeah. Well, I saw one too that it was for your heart, and it was like
may cause death.
No, it's basically like it's meant to be like if you've been somebody that's had a heart attack and had a pacemaker put in, it basically was, the side effect was basically along the lines of, yeah, you might end up having another blockage which could lead to a heart attack and then your pacemaker failing and then you'll die. It's like, good God.
Yeah. Well, that's that. I have to take baby aspirin at night for it, just to make sure that my blood thins and stuff like that. So just to make sure I don't get fucking dead.
So you don't wake up dead?
I ain't gonna wake up dead.
Can't go to bed dead. Okay, so here's another thing. When I saw your Uncrustables in your fridge, I was thinking, like, what are some other breakfasts, like things like that we had when we were growing up?
Oh my gosh, the ham and cheese bars.
What?
Ham and cheese bars.
Ham and cheese bars?
Yeah, they were like there was something that they were at like elementary schools and stuff like that. I don't know. I gotta look it up because it was like so fucking good, dude.
A ham and cheese bar?
Yes, dude. Now I know you're probably thinking like,
the way I'm thinking of it,
it's like a Snickers. It's what?
The way I'm thinking about it is terrible. Yeah, it's like no. Three Musketeers or something.
It was like it's like ham and cheese, but it's like breaded. It's like breaded ham and cheese, and like,
oh well, God, that doesn't make it any better.
Dude, it was amazing. It was fucking amazing, dude. It was so good
for breakfast.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it was hella good. What about you?
What about Pop-Tarts?
Pop-Tarts was
Did
really
you guys
good.
have Pop-Tarts a lot?
Yes, no, I'm gonna say no, because we would get like a freaking huge pack, and we we would just destroy it in like 2 days.
What kind was your favorite Pop-Tart?
I'd have to go with strawberry.
Thank you.
Strawberries.
Thank you. Hell yeah. We never got Pop-Tarts at my house because my mom didn't want to pay for them.
Yeah, makes sense.
But whenever I go to my cousin's house, they would have Pop-Tarts.
Oh, there you go.
And get this, I've never had a warm Pop-Tart.
Huh?
I've never had a warm Pop-Tart. I would just open that shit up and go to town.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the standard thing to do with it. It's kind of like the Hawaiian bread. You're really supposed to warm it up, but
hell no, that stuff's
you're
good.
supposed to bake it. Like you're supposed to technically bake it, but yeah, exactly. Like Pop-Tarts are just fire on its own.
When it comes to Thanksgiving, I just open that bag and rip that shit apart.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because I didn't even know about this until like I was like 20 years old. And it says on the bag you're supposed to bake it, but fuck, everyone's just getting fucking.
I've never known anybody to bake those.
Oh no, not at all.
That is so weird.
Me either. But
what about a toaster strudel?
Oh yeah, toaster strudels are okay. Like honestly, like they came out and they were really hyped up, but honestly, not a big fan.
Yeah, I had one time, and that was it.
And what'd you think? You put the strudel in your mouth, right?
Well, I made sure to put extra strudel on my strudel. but
extra CM on your strudel.
Yeah, but that didn't even help.
Yeah, it's not that good.
No.
It's not that good. And I don't know why everybody was so over the moon about it. And
probably because it was new at the time.
Probably. Yeah, because I know like Adri would buy a few of them and like she's like, did you try them? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. And I'll try one. I'm like,
and she's like, how was it? And I'm like, wasn't that good.
What about those breakfast croissants?
Breakfast croissants.
Yeah, like the ones you get in packages and stuff like that, and you have to warm it up in the microwave.
Yeah. Man, we would never get those either, but when we did, hell yeah, they were
hell
good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
One of my friends, I've known him since like kindergarten, and whenever I used to go to his house when I was like around 8 or 9, I used to just like, stay the night over there. And in the morning, his dad would make them, or I would ask his dad for one and he would make it for me. But dude, he had like a whole fucking system where like, okay, he's like, first, you take the cheese off and then you put the bread on there and then you wrap the egg around, or you wrap the I don't know, you wrap this with like a napkin and then you put it in for this long and then you take it out and then you flip it, and I was like, jeez, dude. But hey, it was the best shit ever. Everything cooked evenly.
Who would have thought it'd be so complicated?
But
smack it up, flip it up, rub it down.
Have you ever just thrown them in by themselves? Like you just let it just fucking heat up, thing? Like, and it doesn't taste as good, like, but they're hella good still.
I'll tell you the thing that was probably my favorite breakfast sandwich thing.
Okay.
But I haven't had it in forever.
But is your breakfast sandwich?
Give me some ass for breakfast. Dude, those Jimmy Dean sausage sandwiches.
Dude, you know what's funny is that it's literally right here on my screen as you said that.
What? No way.
Yeah, the sausage sandwiches.
Holy fuck, dude. They are so good. They're like a jillion calories, but they're so good.
Honestly, I was never really a big sausage fan because there's so much grease in sausage.
Grease.
Like, I would always end up with a stomach ache. So I can't say anything on that.
Man, I haven't had one of those in a long time. And even as an adult, I haven't bought any. Just because, I mean, when you go to the store, you don't think about it. Because I hardly go in the frozen section.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think about it. Fuck, but now, next time I go to the store, I think I'm going to get some Jimmy Dean sausage sandwiches.
Oh, no, don't do it. You're going to ruin what you've been working towards so far. All in one sandwich.
It'll be a cheap breakfast.
Well, that one sandwich is gonna destroy you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
2,000 calories.
I'm gonna bite it and just go. Oh man! All right, well, we're recording this the day after Mother's Day, so a happy belated Mother's Day to all mothers out there, whether you are a regular mother, a grandmother, I don't know what do they call them? A parental guardian mother.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you helped raise somebody, happy Mother's Day to you. So we here at the Good Times Podcast have mothers. Well, I mean, I do. Do you?
I do have a mother.
All right.
Thank God.
Well, we're gonna do a mother appreciation segment right here.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you. How about a little bit of background about your mama?
A little bit of background about my mama. Well, when she was younger. thankfully, because at one point she was young. No, but seriously, my mom's still young to this point. It's crazy. No, in terms of her history, she was born in Texas.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
She's a Texan. So
dumb old Texas.
we have a lot of family over there. It's
what part?
Like around, I believe. What is it called?
Dallas, Houston, El Paso, Fort Worth.
It's probably around the El Paso area.
Okay. Thank God, because I was running out of fucking cities.
Well, because she's told me a million times, and I've heard it a million times, and I don't really remember the name too much because like it's just I don't know, it's like a random name. Either way, she was there up until she was like 6, and I remember I talked to her like about some of her favorite memories and stuff. And one of the things she said that she learned how to do the Mexican hat dance.
Oh, cool!
Which I actually did not know that. I'm gonna have to tell her to pull that out one day and bust it out.
For real?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. So so from freaking Texas, which is kind of crazy because I actually always thought about moving to Texas, which is weird, but so pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of history in our family from over there, from her side, you know, my grandma and my grandpa and stuff like that.
Does she know Shawn Michaels?
No, but she did know Andre the Giant, which is kind of crazy to think about.
It's even better.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what about you? What about your mom?
My mom was born and raised here in Fresno. As far as I know, she didn't live anywhere else because I mean, she hasn't really mentioned anywhere else, so I'm pretty sure she's lived here the whole time.
Well, she was on the outskirts at one point.
No, she did live like when you go past downtown a little bit. She lived over there, and then she ended up moving behind St. Helens.
Oh,
and
okay.
That was her parents' house for a long time.
Oh, wait, where behind St. Helens? Like
2 streets.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I think I've been over there before.
Yeah, she ended up moving there for a long time, and then
maybe I did.
That's basically where she did most of her growing up. Teenager years and stuff like that. And
was St. Helens around at that time?
Hell yeah.
So like, did she go there?
No. Oh, they went to church there.
Oh, okay.
But school wise, no.
School wise, okay. Probably because it cost
she went
like
to Kings
$10
Canyon,
million.
Kings Canyon Middle School.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then went to Roosevelt.
Nice.
Yep. And funny thing too is my dad went to Roosevelt too, but I asked him, I was like, did you know my dad at the time? She's like, yeah, but he was a nerd, so I didn't talk to him. I was like, oh, really? I was like, why is that? She's like, oh, well, I kind of hung out with like the hardcore people. And I was like, what?
What the fuck?
Yeah, and apparently her nickname used to be Hard Chick. She had 3 nicknames. She was Hard Chick. She was Bones because my mom was super skinny.
Bones.
Bones. Yeah, I guess her dad called her Bones.
Oh.
And her brother. And then I guess when she was younger, she had like reddish hair like her mom.
Oh,
so,
shit.
She would be called Squirrel. Because squirrels are, like reddish brown or whatever, their fucking tail. So my mom is a bony, hard squirrel. Bony, hard squirrel chick.
Oh my god, that's crazy. I would have never guessed that. But that's funny because that's how we're gonna be when we're older, when we're all like fucking old and stupid. They're gonna be like, hey dad, like what was your nickname back in the day? Like the Executioner. If you don't know, now you know.
All your kids are gonna be saying that shit, and
fuck yeah, they are.
Dude, that's gonna be funny because when like your kids are in high school like that, they're gonna be doing like the Executioner thingy, like when they go get their diploma and just yell out, if you don't know, now you know.
Oh man, if that actually happens, I may cry. I will cry.
Probably. I know they're gonna be asking me. They're like, hey dad, what was your nickname? I was Almanac Jack. Oh, well, then they'll be asking me about parking lots or some bullshit. And be like, I don't have an almanac for that, damn it.
But you're the almanac.
Oh my gosh. What does your mom do?
That's funny. You asked me, where does your mom work nowadays? I'm like, fucking, I don't know. Honestly,
how about you just go through kind of like a little history of it then?
For sure. I mean, one of the things that my mom has done for a long time is always done that healthy families thing, like Medicare type shit, where she helps families get like insurance and stuff like that through the state and all this other stuff.
She's tell her to get me some insurance.
She's been she's been a loan officer, like especially during like right before like the collapse, dude, the market collapse like a long time ago. Before then, she was like raking it in, dude, because houses were so like just everybody was just buying houses and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then
they were just giving homes to anybody.
Yeah, and then the man-made market collapse, which killed everybody, happened. Dude, she does taxes as well.
Yep.
I mean, there's probably more stuff that I don't know, but all I know is that my mom works from like 6 a.m. to fucking like 10 p.m. She works from home. She works, outside, works at an office, works outside the office. She's always working. I know another thing too is that she was, for a while, and she was actually going to this Christian counselor about being a counselor. She took the classes and everything, and I'm pretty sure she's like a certified Christian counselor as well.
For like marriages or for kids or what?
Or both, a little bit of both.
In general.
Yeah, just like in general, like just helping people in general. Cool. So, yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like I would have never, not never guessed, but for her to have so much influence and have so much stuff that she's done and that she's doing,
yep,
and more of the stuff that she's going towards, it's crazy, dude. It's so crazy, and I'm thankful to see her work ethic because, man, like I always thought my dad worked hard, but as I got older, seeing how hard my mom worked is crazy, dude. Super cool. What about yours?
That's good because she seems like she dabbles into like a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's where I kind of get that shit from too, because I like me personally, like I feel like I dabble into a lot of different shit, and I always wondered like kind of where that multiple skill thing came from, and I think I know where now.
There it is, right there.
I know.
That's good.
What about you? And your mom?
My mother, let's see. She started off working at the park, at Roding Park. She worked in the at the zoo.
Is that where she met your dad?
Actually, yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
My mom worked at the zoo in the concession stand. Okay. And my dad would go to the concession stand because he worked as a regular city worker at the park. And he'd go try to hit on her and stuff. Like, give me some popcorn or some coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's where they met each other.
Okay.
After that, she, as far as I know, she started helping out at church at St. Helens. And then she became a substitute teacher and the librarian at St. Helens School.
That's right. That's where I met y'all.
And she was there forever, like literally forever.
Forever.
Yeah. And then it seems as though after I left St. Helens and went to high school, she kind of like went to the church side and she started working there. She would just be kind of like a helper for like religious education. And then now she's, the full on director of religious education over there.
Oh, wow.
And dude, like she's at church all the time. Like, and we always kind of joked around because like my grandma is super church lady.
Okay.
And we always made fun of my mom. We're like, oh, you're turning into grandma. And literally now she is my grandma. She's always at church. But I mean, like she helps. She does everything, dude. She's always there. It seems like her and my aunt, dude. It seems like they're the only two that actually even do anything over there.
Really?
Like, it's crazy. Yeah, dude.
That is crazy.
She's there every Sunday. Oh, she goes to church Saturdays.
Okay.
She'll go and end up going to work on some kind of project or fundraiser or something they have seemingly every Sunday.
Yeah.
And then she works, Monday through Thursday. She gets Friday off and then gets back at it. It's crazy. Yeah, dude. She's always praying, always doing something at church. And she helps out with all the like retreats and stuff that they do too. So it's like, holy shit, dude. I would have thought church would be so work heavy.
I know. Hey man, like when you give your life up to God, man, that's what happens. This shit starts happening and you just start going and things don't slow down. And I bet you she's happy with it too. Like, I bet you she's not like waking up like, oh my God, I got to go to fucking church. And,
No, dude, it's kind of crazy too, because, like you can see it like, like that's what she wants to do. And, even when she's sick, dude, like she could be dead dog sick, dude, and she'll still end up going. It's crazy. Like her commitment is insane.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Do you have any funny stories about your mom?
Oh my god. Damn. Well, so there was one time. Okay, so there was one time when we were a little bit younger. It was probably like 10 years ago. It was like me, Adri, and Julie. I think Marty was there too. We were all just kind of sitting there eating food.
Marty always seems to be left out somewhere.
Well, we're just sitting there at the kitchen table. My mom's on the phone, right? And she goes, she's on the phone. She's like, "It's such a great movie. You have to watch it." And then she, the whoever she's talking, lady she's talking to, one of her friends is talking, and she, she's just, yeah, oh yeah, just replying.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "So I really like the movie. And do you want to know what happened at the end?" And she's like, you just hear the lady go, "Yeah, what happened?" She's all, "And then everybody died." And I was like, "What the fuck? The hell movie is that? What kind of shit is that?" Like, what
sounds like Avengers.
And then everybody died. What do you mean everybody just dies, dude? I'm like, what the fuck?
It's kind of like the story of the Ugly Barnacle. You ever heard that one?
Did everybody die?
Yeah, there was once this. Here's the story. There was once an ugly barnacle. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end.
I forgot all about that. My favorite.
Your mom must have seen that movie.
Probably. And she always has this thing of saying words like, I don't know if she like tries to be fancy or like she just, I don't know, dude. I think it's probably like a Texan thing where like certain Texans just say things like kind of differently. And one of the things she likes to say is Chukchansky, and I have no idea why, dude. Like,
instead of Chachansky?
Yes. She'll be like in the middle of conversation, dude. Like, yeah, me and my girlfriend, we went up to Chukchansky, and then, and I'm like, wait, hold up. Chuck where?
Chuck Norris? What? I guess you're just yelling from your room. Mom, what the fuck did you say?
Yeah, dude, she's hilarious, and I honestly see like where we all get our freaking where we all get our humor from. Oh, and then one more last story. There was one time where I forgot who we were all talking about. She was just like, we're all in the kitchen just talking, and she just happened to be there. And Julie's like, yeah, one of my friends got pregnant and blah, blah, blah. Like, we were all like super young and not super young, but she's like, yeah, one of my friends got pregnant and she's going to have a kid and stuff like that. And then my mom dead ass looks at all of us. She goes, do you want to know how that happened? And we're all, how? She's all, sperm. I'm like, what? It was so funny, dude. Like, I'll never.
That's all she said?
Yeah, just sperm. And we all like looked at each other and then just had this moment and then just started crying, dude. It was so funny. It was so fucking funny, dude. Sperm. Like, what the
I'm about to remember that from when I have kids. That's gonna be funny, dude.
You want to know how that happened?
Hey, kid.
Sperm.
You want to know how you were made?
Sperm.
That's gonna be fucking cool.
Oh, dude, it was so funny. I will never forget
Lord.
that. What about your mom? I know your mom's got to pull out some good old jokes, funny stories.
My mom had this thing that she, if one of our toys broke, she would try to fix it.
Oh,
and that's pretty cool, because most moms would either throw it away or just be like, "Hey, you got to play with it the way it is."
I feel like this is gonna go off to a different realm.
Oh no, not that far. So for example, if I had a Power Ranger,
okay,
who had pretty good articulation, arms would go back and forth, elbows would bend, same thing with the legs.
Yeah.
If that leg fell off, she wouldn't try to pop it back in. She wouldn't really try to do anything other than busting out the super glue and gluing that leg fucking still. So you'd have a Power Ranger that could only kick with his left leg, and he would have to always balance on his right leg because that leg would not go forward anymore because it's glued down.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a SpiderMan figure where both of his arms broke off. Okay. And he had the normal articulation too.
Okay.
Arms go forward, elbows bend, and his hands were in that Spider-Man web slinging pose. The whatever. Excuse me. And both of his arms broke off.
Oh.
And my mom decided to glue. Oh, hang on. She whipped out the super glue and glued his fucking arms straight down, like marching.
Holy shit!
So Spider-Man could no longer fucking shoot web. At least he couldn't do it straight forward. He would have to bend. I would have to bend his knees, so he's shooting that shit down. But it looks like he's doing the limbo basically.
Yeah.
Spider-Man never slung web again, and it's all because of that fucking super glue.
Fucking super glue.
Oh man, it's funny because my
funny.
brother tells the same stories where his He-Man would break and he only had one good arm. Or fucking his G.I. Joe would break and he'd only have one good leg. Oh, so my mom just had a thing for gluing shit down.
Gluing it down.
At least you could have at least put Spider-Man's hands forward so he can at least shoot, Doc Ock or some bullshit.
Well, it's just an old school thing. If you super glue it back together, that's good enough.
I guess.
That's the old school stuff, man.
Yeah. Another one I have is Halloween costumes. I'd want to be, a Power Ranger or, something, I don't know, a Beetleborg, something cool,
Beetle.
4th grade, I think I wanted to be like a Mortal Kombat character.
Oh.
I think I wanted to be like Scorpion or Sub-Zero, at least one of the ninjas,
Scorpio.
Because it's cool, you're dressed up in the ninja gear, you get the mask and everything, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Apparently my mom got it in her head that I said I wanted to be SpongeBob. So I was like, Mom, when are we going to go to the Halloween store? And she's like, I already got your costume. And I was like, what? She's like, I already got your costume. You're going to be SpongeBob. I was like, no, I don't want to be SpongeBob. I'm in 4th grade. I want to be cool. I want to be, Mortal Kombat guy. I want to be Scorpion. No, you're going to be SpongeBob. And I'm like, what the fuck? And this is like the day before, Halloween would land on, usually a weekday. And we'd do like a Halloween kind of like parade thingy. Like all the classes would, take a lap around the basketball courts and showing off their costumes.
Yeah.
And all my friends, look like soldiers. Fucking Kimani, dude. He was Scorpion that year. And everybody else looks cool and stuff. And here I am walking around in a big fucking pullover SpongeBob costume.
Oh my god.
And my mom's like, here's a spatula because SpongeBob flips hamburgers. So here I am walking around as fucking SpongeBob instead of Scorpion.
Oh my god.
I never wanted to be SpongeBob. Ever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Here's a spatula.
Worst Halloween costume ever, dude. It was the shits. Literally the shits.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, my eyes hurt.
Yeah. So,
I think I broke my spatula.
I think I need to do that to my kid at least once. Make him be something for Halloween that they don't want to be.
Oh my god.
Make him, fuck it, I'll make him be SpongeBob.
Either that or make him be Patrick.
My daughter's going to be like, Dad, I want to be a princess. I want to be Cinderella. You're going to be SpongeBob.
Oh man. You're going to be Sandy Cheeks and you're going to like
Sandy
it.
Cheeks. You're going to be Pearl. Oh man.
Oh man. Oh, I was dying.
Anything else for your mother?
I just kind of asked my mom, what does it mean to her being a mom, and she just basically said it's the greatest gift God has given me, and I can totally feel that because my mom just lives to be a mom. Like that's literally like she always felt like that was her calling, was to be a mother, with all the nieces and nephews that we have, all the grandkids that we have right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of you.
There's a lot of us, and there's gonna be more to come for sure. Like especially when I get started. Yeah, I'm popping out 10.
Hell yeah!
I'm just
free shots.
Oh god. But yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I honestly, just from my point of view perspective, I really couldn't have asked for a better mom. My mom's like literally been there obviously since birth, but always like checked up on me, made sure I was good. She's always concerned because my heart and stuff like that, it's gonna blow up and stuff. But like even when I was younger, dude, when I was gonna get my heart surgery, when I was 1.5, when I was gonna actually get the surgery, it was like the first time ever in Fresno that a kid was like getting like open heart surgery or something like that. There was a billboard, and it's literally my mom like holding me, and it said like Christopher was born with a broken heart, and it's like Valley Children's Hospital. And
is there a picture of that somewhere?
There is. We do, but I don't know where it is, dude. It's probably locked away somewhere.
If you ever find that, I want to see that.
I'll send it for sure. And yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, my mom just taught me how to be like compassionate. She taught me how to be just caring, loving, and making sure that no matter like what walk of life that you come from, like you're always welcome. That was always the thing, is that she didn't care who you were, until you broke the trust, obviously. But if no matter who you were always welcome in the house. You're always welcome to stay. And I always kind of took that on as one of my things as well, is that, if you ever need something, if you ever needed a place to stay, you always had a place to stay. And, you've seen like the millions of people that have lived at our house, like,
yeah,
all through the years. And it's always been like that. And I absolutely love my mother for that, because, man, like I just would have never seen that. I would have never understood how that worked. And yeah, and obviously, your mom's like, you're the first love of your life, basically, so
sure.
Just shout out to my mother. She's probably not going to listen to this, but I mean, it's all good.
Maybe we'll make her listen to just this part.
Yeah, true. I'll just yell, Mom, I love you. Open the window. But yeah, what about you?
If I knew you were going to ask that to your mom, I would ask mine too.
I just did it on the fly. I literally did it like 30 minutes before you got here.
Oh, wow. Well, what I really got from my mom is she always told me that when she was younger that she would get bullied a lot. And that she would, always get made fun of for, like I said, for being really skinny or having red hair or something.
Yeah.
And so like hearing all her stories about that, and then I never got bullied, thankfully. But hearing all her stories about that kind of made me like be the guy that would be like, hey, what are you making fun of that dude for?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody makes fun of somebody for something.
Right, right.
But there's a difference between just, making a joke about it and then full on bullying.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So because of her, like I always kind of had like that in the back of my head, like you don't want to really do harm to people.
Yeah.
And this is even before like the whole, everybody's, getting bullied and killing themselves thing. You didn't think about that back then, but it was just like, yeah, you don't want to hurt anybody. Mm-hmm. So I really got that from her. And what I also got from that is like, she's like a real, like, I guess you could say like stuck in her ways kind of person. Like if something's kind of going the way that it shouldn't be, she's going to like stand up and say something about it. Mm-hmm. I make fun of her all the time because like, there's like the rule, like if you're having a house party, you got to shut the music down or at least turn it down by like 12 o'clock, right?
Right.
So my mom would always be the lady to call the police, and be like, yeah, this party, it's 12:01 and this party is out of control.
Oh my God.
So, but because she was always so strict on rules and shit like that, that's the way I kind of am.
Oh,
but, she's also the person that doesn't take shit from anybody.
Yeah.
So like, I'm that way. Like, when I tell you stories about my work and stuff, it's like, I'm not going to take shit from anybody for something stupid.
Right.
So, she's really taught me how to be like a real stand-up person, like a real strong person. Like these are my values, and, you can try to change me if you want, but it's going to take a lot of work if you're going to try to.
Yeah, of course.
And honestly, I feel like because of that, like I've become a person that hasn't changed at all, really, from middle school to high school, college, and now. I feel like I'm the same person, and it's because of all that shit that she taught me, and the way she would be strict and whatever, the way she would glue my toys together. I feel like it was all for a good reason, and yeah, I mean, I can't say enough, about how my mom is, and how she would stretch a dollar, like she would literally stretch that fucking dollar, dude. And that's the way I am now. Like, I mean, I don't buy anything expensive without thinking about it, because if I do, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to feel it later.
Yeah.
And it's all, these little things that you pick up from your mom. When you're a little kid, you're going to the grocery store, you see how she is, what she's like, oh, fucking pinto beans or black beans, like you pick up on this stuff, when you're, because you're around your mom so often, because dad's at work or mom picked you up from school and dad's not coming home till later.
Mm-hmm.
And just being around your mom so much, you pick up on the way she is. And yeah, I mean, I can't thank her enough, because it made me the guy I am today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's super cool, because all the stuff that you basically just said is like, I'm like, yeah, I could see where you got all of it from. Like, man, like stretching that dollar, man. I know you do that a lot. You're definitely like really frugal about your money.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, and also not taking shit from people.
Damn right. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
What was her name? Oh, don't fuck with me, Patty.
Yeah, Patty, you hear that? His mom's gonna beat your ass.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we'll end that segment here, and we'll take a quick commercial break. On the other side, we're gonna have some poetry for you guys.
Ooh.
We're gonna do our own Good Times Podcast Poetry Slam.
Poetry Slam.
So stay tuned for that. This is the Good Times Podcast, and we will see you on the other side.
Yeah. Hi there. I'm Doris, and this is the day in the life of the daunting diaries of Doris.
Happy Mother's Day,
Happy
Mom.
Mother's Day, Grandma. Oh, I thank you for those flowers.
Love you.
Oh, I still remember when Larry Zabisco got me flowers, and he took me back to his place and deflowered me.
Mom,
and
Mom, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how Larry Zabisco
No, I
took
don't
my
want to hear about that.
Oh,
Goodness.
okay.
Just tell us a story about Dad. Did Dad ever get you, something nice for Mother's Day?
This again.
Oh, I still remember 1969. Your father took me in the backyard, and we did the 1969.
What the heck, Mom?
What?
We don't want to hear about that. I meant a nice story.
I told you
like
this was
something,
gonna happen,
something
Dad.
maybe he got you. Because it's Dad. When Dad was still around, did he get you something?
That's true. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I do remember. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, I don't even think he's your father.
What?
Yeah, now that I think about it, you have a lot of the chest hair just like George the Animal Steel.
George the Animal Steel?
Yeah, George was such an animal, and you know what? You even have the blue tongue just like him. He was such an animal in the sack, he used to use that blue tongue.
We're cutting this thing off right now.
No,
Cut the tape, son.
Okay.
because Dick Murdoch came into my place.
If you'd like to advertise a product or idea of yours here on the show, shoot us an email to goodtimespodcastgtp@gmail.com. We'd love to work with you and grow both of our brands. And we're back. Back here on the Good Times Podcast. And we're getting ready to do a little bit of poetry. So we hope you enjoy Poetry Night. Here at the Good Times Podcast. Thought I'd do a little bit of poetry intro.
Oh, there you go.
That's right. We're about to do our poetry slam. And Mr. Executioner, we wrote 3 poems ourselves, but you decided to get one off the web.
Yes.
That you thought was funny. So let's start with that, and then we'll jump into our own.
For sure. So as I was thinking about different things that like about different poems and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? There's always like really good poems on the internet and stuff like that. So I came across one called "The Penis Poem." So it says, "My nookie days are over. My pilot light is out. What used to be my sex appeal is now my water spout. Time was when, on its own, from my trousers it would spring. But now it's just a full-time job to find the fucking thing." It used to be embarrassing the way it would behave. For every single morning, it would stand and watch me shave. Now as old age approaches, it sure gives me the blues to see it hang its little head and watch me tie my shoes.
Why are you tying your shoes naked?
I don't know. Oh my god, dude.
That's funny. It's gonna happen to all of us. Unfortunately.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I just thought that was absolutely hilarious. There's always good stuff on the internet, you know.
Hell yeah. All right, so who wants to go first? You or me?
You can go first.
Okay. The title of this first poem is Spoiler Alerts. Spoiler alerts. You hear and you see. Spoiler alerts can affect you and me. Spoiler alerts can make you laugh. Spoiler alerts. Did you say giraffe? Spoiler alerts. Sometimes can make you mad.
Oh my god.
Spoiler alerts. Sometimes can make you sad. Spoilers to come can be quite a pain. But spoiler alerts can also entertain. Spoiler alerts might come from nowhere. Spoiler alerts won't make people go there. Spoiler alerts, I do not mind. Spoiler alerts, don't mess with my mind. Spoiler alerts could be an upset to you. Spoiler alerts will do what they do. Spoiler alerts might mean what you think. Spoiler alerts, I say with a wink.
That was really good. That was fucking hilarious. Okay.
Next up to the mic, Mr. Executioner.
Yes, welcome everybody to the Good Times Podcast, where I'm about to do some slam poetry. Now, this first one I like to title, well, I don't really have a title for it, but yeah, it's going to be a really short one.
Okay.
Are you ready for this almanac?
Sure.
It goes like this. FDB and LMA. Because when I FDB, she going LMA. Oh my god.
Was it the whole thing?
Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Was it the whole thing?
Yep.
Yes.
That's all it needed.
Oh my god, that is so good.
That was like the first thing I thought. I was like, yep, I get to pull this one out finally. Oh man.
Okay, here's my second poem. The title of this one, Oh Spider-Man. Oh Spider-Man, Spider-Man, how do you shoot that shit? When those webs come out, what do you plan to hit? Is it a big city building, or a villain that you fight, or perhaps Mary Jane's face? Wouldn't that be a delight?
Oh my god. Oh,
I know those webs come out of your wrist, and that's pretty cool. But what about your ass? Is it a big spider stool? Can you fart out a string? Perhaps toot a rope? Can you shit out a web? A lasso, I hope. What about your foot? Can you kick me a thread? Punt me out a braid or two? Or make it a knot instead? Now here's the real question. What comes out of that dong? Do you skeet out some silk? Some twine from that schlong? What if you come out a lariat? That would be funny as hell. But if you bust out a wire, that would be a story to tell.
You bust out a wire.
And that was Oh Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
I thought of that one. That was the first one that I thought of. Because I happened to be at work and I saw a Spider-Man poster.
Oh my goodness. So this next one is actually another short one because I'm saving my, I guess, longer one for last. But so my name is Chris, and I hope everybody enjoys this poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm bad at poetry. Let's have sex. And that's it. Or you could talk about the classic one from what's his name? Damn it, what was his name?
Oh, Jazz?
DJ Jazz and Joe.
Oh, what? How did that one go?
What did he say? He said, basically, it's just really anything. Roses are red, violets are blue. Let's get some chicken and get busy.
Yeah, let's get some barbecue and get busy. All right, here's my last one.
All right.
The title of this one is My Itchy Ball. I was sitting at work, and I felt a sensation. It was a tingly feeling. I thought it was my imagination. I felt it again, and this time I knew it. There was an itch on my ball, and my hand can't get to it. It wasn't really on my ball. That was my analysis. It turns out it was somewhere else. My sacralysis. I reached for my area to give it a rub, but my shorts lessened the blow, so it was like a soft scrub. I figured it out. I knew what to do within an inch. Instead of scratching my ball, I'll just give it a pinch. So I pinched my ball, and I gave it a roll. To relieve my itch, that was the goal. After rolling a bit, my itch went away. My balls were still there, and my sack was here to stay.
God.
So take it from me, a scratch could feel grand, but a roll of the sack will make your rod stand.
Oh my God. Oh.
And that comes from a true life story. Because I wrote this one right after the SpiderMan one.
Oh my God. My eyes hurt.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, all right. This last one here is called Who is the Executioner? I'm gonna try to have a little bit of an accent. A little bit of an accent here.
Cheerio.
There once was a man named X. He called out bullshit and slayed the beast T-Rex. He never wavered to annihilation and became the enigma that woke up a nation. The books in history were carbon monoxide, but it was no match for an assassin on God's side. The nation continued to chase the devil, while this executioner verbally buried them with his golden shovel. The executioner of the slaved mind is no show. And if you don't know, now you know.
Honestly, I thought this one was going to end with let's have sex.
Let's get chicken and get busy.
Let's get some chicken and get busy. I thought that's where it was going to end up going, just for the fuck of it. Oh man,
I thought it just fit really good. So
oh yeah,
throw that out there.
Hell yeah. You know what's crazy, dude, is I was thinking that this poetry slam, this is like an evergreen thing because we can always write new poems.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And even if we have somebody else here on the show, I mean, shit, we can get them to do some too. And
let's get some poems.
Poetry slam can be all the time.
You know what's funny is I just saw this meme from like 5 years ago that was on my Facebook memories, and it was this kid writing a poem, and the meme said, "I'm writing this bitch a poem. Bitches love poems.
Bitches love poems." That's right. Oh man. Well, that was a great poetry slam.
Great.
We hope
FDB element.
It's funny because we say that poem so much, dude.
I know. That's the classic, like, 7-word poem.
Would that be a haiku?
I don't know. Maybe. It might be.
I don't know.
It might be a haku.
Haku. King Haku. Oh, man.
Dude.
Well, Executioner, where can they find you on the social stuff?
Where can you find me on the social stuff? First and foremost, per usual and always, I would like to thank Yeshua for allowing me to do this. If you want to find me, all you have to do is go to Twitter and go to @TheExecutioner, THEXEKutioner. Go to Instagram @the_Herbalutioner, THE_HERBA Lutioner. You can hit me up on Facebook if you want, Chris Clips Hernandez, CLYPSE is how you spell clips, or go to Snapchat, DATDUDE1215, DatDude, and you can find me there as well. If you do add me from any of the from listening to any of this, just shoot me a message and let me know that you're listening. I do appreciate it. A couple people have already done it. So yeah, awesome stuff. What about you, Jack?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, all at the same thing, BSALSANCHEZ, because it's that easy.
Yeah.
And don't forget to follow the show's Twitter @It'sGoodTimes, and the Instagram, thegoodtimespodcast.com, where we post up clips of the show that you can share with your friends. And we'd like to thank you for listening to the show. Don't forget to subscribe and listen to the show. New episodes drop every Thursday. Remember to subscribe, follow, and listen. And the most important part, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a pimp, tell a hoe. Tune in next week where we'll have another jam-packed, picked, licked, and dicked episode of Good Time.